Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. And welcome to Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Wherever you may be around this globe, I hope that you're enjoying your day. You woke up and you're just excited. You're energized to get started, whatever that is that you intend to start today. Because I'm gonna tell you, this is a grand day to get things started, to get those things done. You know, a lot of times we have a lot of things on our minds. And, sometimes we say that we're going to do such and such. But then, when the day comes, we don't do those things, But let me tell you, whether it's writing that book, whether it's opening up that business, whether it's going forward with whatever it is that you intend to do, today is a great day to get started. A grand day to get started. Let me ask you this question. Did you get up this morning and before, you got up and you may have been a little bit apprehensive. Maybe, you were tired when you got up and, you just wasn't feeling yourself. So what you should do is you should get up and get in that mirror and begin to frame your day. Frame your day. Begin to speak to yourself because many times after a long day the day before, I have to get up in the morning because sometimes, look, y'all, we all human. Okay, sometimes my body just want to just lie in bed and just rest, but I know I can't do that. Okay, I cannot do that because I have things that I have to do, just like many of you, because we live busy lives. But this is something that I do every day, regardless of how I feel. Okay. I get up and I frame my day. First thing I do, I get up and I thank God. I thank God for, allowing me to wake up today. And then I get in the mirror and I look myself in the eyes and I begin to frame my day. Okay, I begin to frame my day because that's very important. Okay, it's very important, and that's something that we're going to talk about. That's one of the talking points that I have today about framing your day. It's very, very important because there's things that we have to do. Okay, there's things, ladies, that you have on your heart to do because after we make sure as ladies, as women, we make sure that everybody else's needs are taken care of. We have to make sure that our needs are taken care of also. Okay, we make sure everybody's all right, but when it comes to us, we tend to push ourselves on the back burner. I mean, I used to do that years ago. I used to do that. Okay, and it's easy to fall into that routine of just settling or being satisfied or not pushing yourself or I'm okay. That's the famous word. I'm okay. I'm fine. But are you fine? Are you fine? And I ask you that question every morning. How are you doing? How are you doing today? Are you making sure that what's in your heart, those intentions in your heart, are being met on a daily basis? It's time to, come off the sidelines. It's time to, come out of the from behind the curtain. It's time to, get out there and be known. Okay? Be known for the gifts, talents, and abilities that you have inside of you. And I always call those things gifts. I always call those things treasures and gems because it's very important, to display those things that you have on the inside. I'm not saying that in an arrogant way, okay? For you to say, well, no, that's being too pushy and too prideful. I'm not saying that in an arrogant way, but somebody needs what you have. Somebody needs what you're an expert in. Somebody's looking for it. Somebody's waiting for it. And let me just even break it down even more. They're waiting for you. They're waiting for you. You'll say, well, Gertrude, they don't even know who I am. They don't even know I exist. But they're waiting for you. They're waiting for your book. They're waiting for that message that could change their life. It doesn't matter how many books they have out there written on a subject, on any particular subject, okay? No matter how many products and services that are out there, okay? They're waiting for your uniqueness. So, what's in your heart? What's in your heart? That you said, one day I'm going to start writing that book. One day I'm going to produce that product. One day I'm going to create that service. What is it? Okay? What is it? And let me introduce myself first to those of you who don't know me. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, and I teach you how to maximize your potential and stop leaving money on the table. And that's what happens, y'all. You don't maximize your potential and you continue to leave money on the table. You sometimes people are so satisfied with writing that one book and selling, just a few copies. Okay. And a few copies could be 250. Okay. Then they're just satisfied with that. And then they forget about it. And then, that book is out there, but they forgetting about that message that one day burned so deeply inside of them. It was like fire shut up in their bones, and they wanted everybody to know about it. But now it's just sitting there. Whether you have copies at home that are sitting in the box collecting dust over in the corner in the garage or in the trunk of your vehicle, or that book may be on Barnes and Nobles or Amazon's platform, and no one has bought that book in a long time, and it's just sitting there. The fire has gone out of you, and you're not, recognizing that book is only a gateway to many, many opportunities. And how about you, who's that entrepreneur? Maybe you don't even have a book. And just think. And I always say this, and I'm going to just say it like this. I'm going to give this example of a hardware store, okay? Just think of the many subjects that you could write about in a hardware store. There's a painting department. There's a gardening department. There's different things that you could write about within each department. Maybe there's a plumbing department, okay? A painting department, decorated. Just think of the many, many things that could bring you a monetary return. But you were just satisfied in opening up that brick and mortar. How about if it's a virtual business? Just think of how many things that you could write about in that virtual business. How you could educate people. How you could give people, tips and different strategies. So, begin to think about those things. But don't leave money on the table. Don't leave money on the table. So today is a beautiful day, okay? A beautiful day to get things started and to be about your business, to be about your vision, to be about, creating the pathway to your success. Because I'm going to tell you, if you could think it, you could have it. If you could think it, you could do it. And that's going to bring us in to this wonderful message I have today called Words Are Powerful. Your words are very, very powerful. And you have to think about, okay? If things are not going the way that I envision them to go, or things are just not falling in line, what am I speaking? What am I speaking? That's a question that you should ask yourself. That's a question you should ask yourself. Because who knows better than ourselves the words, the way things should go. Okay? And if things are not lining up, if you're not seeing the things that you intend to see, something's out of line. Something's off. But I want to let you know that your words are powerful. Very powerful. And it has a great impact. Now, whether you're speaking to yourself in your mind, or whether you're speaking out loud, your words are powerful. Very, very powerful. And this is one of the reasons, and I'm going to get into this. I'm not going to get ahead of myself, I promise you, that, I do what I do each and every morning. And this is something that we should do. We should motivate ourselves each and every day. Whether we're feeling, all, excited or not, okay? Because sometimes we may wake up in the morning and, boy, we're good to go. And then there's other days we wake up and say, oh, I don't feel like getting out of bed. But regardless of how you feel, get up and begin speaking to yourself. Begin speaking to yourself. And I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Let me go to the first talking point, okay? When I'm talking about words are powerful and what are you speaking? That's something that I want you to keep with you. And really listen to the words that you're speaking. Really pay attention, because it makes a big, big difference, y'all. It makes a big difference in your life. The first talking point that I want to bring forth is, when we're talking about words are powerful, I want you to think back to when you were a child. What are your dreams? What are your visions? Okay, what's your dream? What is your vision? Let me take it on the individual stance, okay? What is that dream? What is it that you always wanted to do, that you always wanted to be, that you always wanted to have? First of all, you have to allow yourself to dream again. And why I say allow, give yourself permission to dream again. Many people just cut it off, and they're not allowing themselves to dream again, because they're blocking it off with the thoughts in their minds, the things that they may be saying about themselves that are contrary to what those dreams are, or that dream is, okay? That vision is. So give yourself permission to dream again. When you were a child, you had that dream. But life, and life happens to all of us, okay? Life happens to all of us, and it gets in the way, and it causes things to shift. It causes detours. It causes a lot of things, It causes setbacks. And sometimes people just stay right in that spot. They stay in that situation or that circumstance, thinking that they can't have, or they can't be, or it'll never be. That's why I said, give yourself permission to dream again. Because I want to tell you, your dream is not dead. Your vision is not dead. It's lying dormant. It's waiting for you to activate it. And that's something that only you could do. You may hear somebody give you information and it motivates you, but you have to make that ultimate decision whether you're going for it or not. You make that ultimate decision. You have to make decisions that allows for no turning back. And I did exactly that, y'all. I did exactly that. Because I'm going to tell you, you know, when I was a child, when I was going through my teenage years and different things, I had dreams of doing just what I'm doing now. Okay? I couldn't explain it then. It didn't make sense then because didn't know anything about this. Okay? I didn't know anything about this. That's why I'm telling you now, because no one taught me this. Okay? When I was growing up, nobody taught me this early on. This is something that I learned through the process. And when I made that decision that allowed for no turning back, it got me on the right track, or on the right journey, on the right pathway to achieving my dreams. It got me there. But you have to come to a place where you make a decision that allows for no turning back. But first, you have to allow yourself to dream again. Because I was way off path, y'all. I was completely off path. That's why I say the best thing that could have happened for me and to me was being laid off twice back to back when the housing market went bust in 2006, 2007. That was the best thing that could have ever happened to me, because it allowed me to look inside of myself and see what I had to work with. So if you have done what we have been talking about on this broadcast, how to, get in tune with yourself and seeing what you have to work with, then you would put words or speak words according to that pathway, instead of speaking things that are contrary to the path that you're on. And that's why I'm telling you, allow yourself to dream again and get back on that path. No matter how far you have strayed off that path. Okay? Don't be afraid to go back and stop where you are. Let me put it this way. Stop right where you are and get back where you need to be. Okay? That's what you do. Stop right where you are and get back where you need to be. And it doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter what people say. Those things just does not matter. It doesn't matter at all. But you matter. Your dream matters. That's what matters. So allow yourself to dream again and walk your path. You're not in competition with anyone. You're running your own race. You're on your own time clock. I want you to remember that. And I want you to remember to be unapologetic about everything that you do, because your vision, your dream is by design. Your pathway is by design. But remember this, words are powerful. What are you speaking? What are you speaking, according to your dream, your pathway? Let's go to the next one. Frame your day. You remember I started off talking about that, but I want to get into more detail here, okay? Speak to yourself every morning. Every morning, y'all. Get up and speak to yourself. Whether you're feeling it that day, whether you're energized that day, or whether or not. Make it a habit every morning. Speak to yourself. Speak those affirmations. Speak those commands to yourself. Command your body. No body, you're going to get up. You have work to do. You have people to see. You have places to go. You have things to see. Okay? However you envision your day to be, That's what you speak. You speak those words. You frame your day. Okay? Just like when you're building a house. Okay, after they lay the foundation. Okay, they lay the foundation first. Then they frame the house. They frame it out. They frame it out. Then they put the truss, but they frame it out. You have to learn how to frame your day. And it's not saying that things won't come to cause disruption. Things won't try to invade or, encroach upon, what you are planning for that day. It's not saying that, okay? But it's saying that you'll recognize them. You'll see them. Because now you know what to expect. You have framed your day. And that goes into more detail because I could talk about this and break it down all the way down for you. But this is something that I teach in my master classes, exactly how to do these things. Okay? Because every class I have, every conference I have, every live stream I have, everything I have, okay? I see it. I see it before I see it, okay? Because I have framed my day, what I expect to happen in that day. And if something's off, I know it's off. And I know how to fix it. So speak those commands to yourself. Speak those affirmations to yourself. Speak what you want to happen or what you want. You have to speak those things because your words are powerful. Your words have much weight. And that's something that you have to believe. You have to believe that it will flow a certain way. How do you want your day to flow? How do you want your day to flow? Get up and frame your day. I'm going to tell you, it makes a whole lot of difference when you do that. A whole lot of difference. I promise you. And I'm going to tell you, less stress, okay? Or no stress. And that's something, that's a topic for another day about the stress, about how you could relieve stress when you do certain things. Here's the next talking point. Your thoughts. Your thoughts. I told you, if you think it, you could do it. If you think it, you could have it. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Are you thinking that it's possible for you? Or are you thinking that it's impossible for you? Because you see, the words that you speak and the thoughts that you have, they could be conflicting with each other. You have to bring things into sync. Things are supposed to flow. What are your thoughts? Are you saying one thing and not believing in yourself? Because if you want people to believe in you, you first have to believe in yourself. And I told you that this is an energy. You cannot fake it. If you're an expert in a field and you're writing a book, you're saying you're an expert in the field and you write in a book, you already have to be that expert. You can't be an expert as you're writing the book. You have to already be that expert because people will know. They will know. So what are your thoughts? Your thoughts, I'm going to tell you, are like magnets. they'll draw. So what are your thoughts? What are you thinking? Just like your words. Your words will draw things to you. Just like your thoughts. They'll either draw it to you or repel it from you. What are your thoughts about, your business, your book, your vision, your journey, the journey that you're on? What do you think about yourself on a daily basis? Okay? Do you have a correct picture of your journey? What are you thinking? Are you meditating? What are you meditating on? Okay? And when I'm asking you, what do you think about when I talk about meditation? What do you think about all day long in your mind? What are you seeing in your mind's eye? What are those thoughts? You have to think about that. What is that inner conversation going on? When your words are powerful, what is that inner conversation that's going on? And now you're thinking on it. Now you're meditating on it. Now you're seeing it. You're envisioning that thing. Is it lining up with your journey, your pathway? What picture are you getting? Is there confusion there? Or is there clarity? Some of you have to go back and really, do that first work. You really have to go back and do that first work and get in touch and see, what's going on. Why are things off? Why, you not succeeding? Why aren't you succeeding? Why are you not seeing what you think that you should have? Why? Why is this not working for you? Now, when you recognize this, okay? When you recognize this, we're talking about the thoughts now. Then will you be able to learn how to break these limitations? Because, people have limitations. And there's some things, y'all, these old wives' tales and all of these things that, people have heard throughout the years that doesn't have any basis. They're false. They're just nonsense. But people accept them as the truth because they heard it from authority figures, or they heard it. When I'm talking about authority figures, I'm talking about your parents or your grandparents or, school teachers or principals or coaches or whoever the authority figure in your life was. And you accepted it as the truth. You got to crawl before you walk. Money's evil. Do you think money just grow on trees? You were born on the wrong side of the track. That's for them. This is not for me. All those limiting beliefs, all those limitations, okay? All of those things that's holding you back. And now you begin to speak those things out. Because now you thought on it for a long time, okay? You thought on that negativeness. You thought on those things that are false. They have no basis. They're foolishness. They're old wives' tales. They're all of these little nonsense things. And you thought on them for a while. And now, when you want to walk forth in your truth of who you are and be unapologetic about it, there's something that goes off in your mind that says, no, I can't do that. I have to do it this way. That's not for me. I'll never come out of this situation. This is the way it'll always be for me. It's been like this for generations. All the women in my family, they went through this, they went through that. Or how about this one? I'm satisfied. I could live off this. I'm satisfied. Here's another one. A woman's place is in the home, in the kitchen, cooking and cleaning, just having babies and blah, blah, blah. Okay? All of these, y'all know y'all heard these things. Y'all know y'all heard these things. And these conversations are from what you have heard over the years, and now these conversations play in your mind at different times. When you want to do such and such a thing, here's this conversation will come up. When you want to, reach for your vision, your goal, here's something else coming up to try to hold you back. And now you have these thoughts in your mind, these negative thoughts, these thoughts that have no basis. They're false. Okay? They're based on lies. They're not based on the truth. You begin meditating on these things. And once you begin meditating on them, what's going to happen? It's going to cause an action. Okay? It's going to cause an action. Now, not only have you meditated on this, you have accepted it in as truth. You meditated on it. It's causing an action. You're going to speak it out. You're going to speak it out. So why not, instead of meditating on those things that's causing you to not reach your goal, why don't you get up in the morning, like I said, and frame your day? Begin to renew your mind. Okay? Renew your mind by speaking those commands into your life. How you want your day to go in order to reach your goals, to walk down your path, the path that was designed for you to reach in order to meet that ultimate goal. Just because something didn't happen for one person doesn't mean it has to affect you. Just because somebody else is over here, they have this poverty mindset, okay? And poverty mindset don't always have to do with money, okay? Poverty mindset could be somebody in bondage, okay? Somebody in bondage where they're not achieving their goals, okay? And they have a poor way of thinking. Everything they think is in a negative, a negative way. Your mind is very wealthy. Your mind could be wealthy or it could be one of poverty. Okay, it's all about your thoughts. It's all the way you think. And it's about those limitations. That's why you have to come out of these limitations. You have to break these limitations over your mind. When your body doesn't want to act right, when things are not going right, you learn to speak to yourself. You speak to yourself, retrain your mind. No, this is the way it's going to be. This is the way it's going, I'm going to act. Okay? This is the way that I'm going to walk my pathway. You have to learn how to break limitations. But like I said, once you recognize about the thoughts, how to get the correct picture, then, okay, when you recognize those things, then now you're able to break those limitations. Breaking those limitations off your life, okay? You have to learn how to expand your mindset. Expand your mindset, y'all. And sometimes, not sometimes, it's simple, okay? It's not that hard. It's not that hard. How do you expand your mindset? Okay? You can expand your mindset in different ways. So I thank y'all for, listening in. But if you, okay, I want y'all to put in the comment section how you expand your mindset. What are some of the ways that you can expand your mindset? Because those are some great things that could break limitations off of your mind. Okay? Break limitations. Sometimes you have to just move. And when I mean move, I'm not talking about, moving the whole house and moving your family. But, sometimes you might have to do that. You might have to move out of cities. Let me tell you, if it's going to be for your betterment, move. Okay? Move. Because sometimes, and I'm thinking about this. Somebody told me recently that they're so glad they moved. Because if they would have remained in a certain city, they wouldn't have experienced all the things that they have experienced. Because by moving, it gave them a different outlook on life. To see things in a different way. To see things that it's possible for them. Because as long as they were in a certain city, and I'm not going to name the city, as long as they were in a certain city, because a certain city could be any city, okay? All right? As long as they were in this certain city, that's all that they saw that was possible for them. And it was a limited mindset. But once they moved out of that city, and not only out of that city, out of the country for a while, they began to see things a different way. And they begin to appreciate different things. Now this has changed the whole trajectory of their life. And sometimes I'm telling y'all, you have to move. You have to move in order to break those limitations. Because you have to see things a different way in order for you not only to appreciate them, but for you to believe that it's possible for you too. Reading is another way. Okay? Reading, getting ideas from other people. So you're not just caught up in your mind. And it's one way or the highway. There's a lot of people who are like that. And y'all know them yourself, okay? They all in their own mind. It's their way or the highway, okay? All in their own mind. Because they're not allowing their minds to expand. Their mindset to expand. And it has become a limitation. Okay? And when people have those limitations, they speak those words out. They'll think on those words. They'll meditate on that thing. Okay? And that's the way they'll live. And then they want something different. But because of the conflict and the thoughts and the words that they're speaking and the actions that they're producing, They'll never arrive there. They'll never arrive there until everything comes into sync. Your words, my words, everybody's words are powerful. But we have to watch what we are speaking. What we are speaking. Okay? Expose yourself, y'all, out of the routine. Bring life into stagnant situations. Because limitations are stagnant situations. Just what they say, limitations. It limit you. It limit you from believing that you could achieve things just like anybody else. Okay? There's certain things that are just for you. And nobody else could get those things. Those things are for you. But if you don't have a clear pathway and you can't see those things, what happens? You become frustrated. You become jealous. You become strife. You have a lot of strife. Okay? You become restless. You become cranky, whatever it is. Because there's limitations on your mind. You know, you could have just what somebody else has. You could live a powerful life. But you have to learn how to walk your own pathway and own it. Own it. Okay? Your pathway, not their pathway, your pathway. Everything is by design. And I know I'm going into a lot right now. You know, everything is by design. But as I'm hearing it, I'm just speaking it out because somebody needs to know that. Somebody needs to know that. I mean, after all, you know, we live in a great country. You could be anything you want to be. But you have to learn how to walk your own pathway. Your pathway is by design, and live your truth. Be unapologetic about it. You can't blame anybody else. You can't look down and on anybody else and say, well, this is that one's fault. This is why I'm here. And, you know, if it hadn't been for this, well, it hadn't been for that. You can't do any of those things. The only one you could blame is yourself from not maximizing your potential, for you not seeing clearly. And this is going to bring me to the last one. Allow change to take place. You have to discipline yourself. You have to be intentional. Be intentional because your words are powerful. Okay? Your words are powerful and you have to stop giving up. How many times do you give up before you reach your ultimate goal? I want that to sit there for you, with you for a while. And I want you to think about that. But what are you speaking? What are you speaking to yourself? And I hope that, you know, what I have shared with you has given you a different outlook to see how you could change things in your life for the better. Because you are worth it. You are worth it. So I want to thank you for joining me today on this segment of Turning Your Passion into Passion into what is it? Turning your passion into profit morning show. I'm sorry, got distracted for a bit. Turning your passion into profit morning show. And I invite you to join me the next time. I want you to remember this, that this is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. So have a great rest of your day.